Hello, everyone. It is Tuesday, February 21st, 1919. Oh, it is not the 19s. It's not the teens at all. It's 2023. It's snowing. We're going to get about, I don't know, anywhere between 6 to 24 inches of snow in the next 48 hours. So that's super exciting, isn't it? I forgot to turn off my notifications. Oh, well, live and learn. My name is Lee Ann Furness. I am from Rochester, Minnesota. I have been a demonstrator coming up almost on 23 years. So do the math. I joined in 2000. Love it. Still love it. I am going to go ahead and if there is anyone watching, no one's watching. I'm going to go ahead and switch to the screen where you want to see the products that I'm going to use and not just this face. Imagine that. So let's go ahead. I'm going to go down here and switch. Today, we're going to talk about four corner stamping. And four corner stamping is it's something that's been around for a while. For those of you who have been around for a while, then you would say that there is a one sheet wonder where you just stamp a whole bunch of images on one sheet of cardstock and then you get all kinds of new designer series paper, basically. Hello, Pam Burton. So Pam, I'm going to use you as my guinea pig. I'm going to do this. And do you see that little duck that says StreamYard, or is that just on my screen? If you could tell me via chat, that would be awesome. Okay, so today I'm going to talk about the Shamrock stamp set. It's not really called the Shamrock stamp set because why would they call it that? Perfect. All right. Thank you, Pam. So we're going to look at page 41 in the mini catalog. It is called Lucky Clover. And it highlights a bundle, but I'm going to be sad to tell you that this punch is no longer available. They sold out, and clearly it's not coming back. So today's project's not going to use the punch because you can't buy it, and so therefore, why would I show you that? I might have it. I mean, I do have it, and if you certainly want to, hi Dana, if you certainly want to borrow it, if you're in town, then come on over and punch away. But otherwise, you can't order the punch, but you can still get this cute Irish set for St. Patrick's Day and good luck and all that other kind of thing. So those of you that are Irish, you might be super excited. We're going to, like I said, use Lucky Clover. And I was super excited. My grandchildren are part Irish, so I think that's exciting, and I'm going to use that. To start, you're going to take one sheet. This is our 8.5 by 11 basic white. And I'm going to go ahead and trim this down before I even start stamping. So I'm going to trim this down to be 8. Remember, it starts as 8.5 by 11. I'm going to make it 8 by 10 because then when I'm done stamping, I can visually 8 by 10 and a half, excuse me. So 8 by 10 and a half, and I'll try really, usually when I'm done with these videos, I walk out of my room and I'm like, phew, I'm done. But since we're going to get so much snow, I think I'll have time to post some comments and make more comments and we'll create information for you. All right. So this is basically my one sheet wonder, or my corner stamping. And so what you do is you want to think about it as a corner, because really you're going to stamp just in that area. Because let me show you an example of a finished card. This is kicked up a notch. And this was from Michelle Lynch, but you can see that she stamped in the corners and left this part. But we're going to even go a little bit slightly, actually, more simple. Is that the word? No, more simple is not the word. I'm going to start with Shaded Spruce, which is very shamrocky, I think. It's a dark, bright primary green, I would say. And so if you're going to order anything on the clearance rack today that they just opened up, try to use the host code, because I would love to reward you for a few other things. And then we'll have some fun things. Okay, so now you can't really see this. I thought this light was on. It's a learning tool, a learning curve. I'm learning with new products and new equipment. There we go. You can see where my middle of my shamrock is not inked. Well, that's because I pushed right down in the middle. So I'm going to go ahead and go on the edges. And now, much better. So I'm just going to start stamping, and I'm going to be doing second and third generation stamping, meaning I'm going to use up all the ink on this shamrock inked image, and see how you get really 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 variations of this very same green with one inking. Now, I did see a demonstrator one time say that if you didn't stamp off like this on your paper, you were wasting ink. Okay, let me show you something also negative about, so something you want to be aware of. If you look, I'm hoping you can see it. Okay, come on, focus. Focus, focus, focus. Okay, so if you see that line right there where it's kind of shimmery and not right up here, that's because I stamped off over here. And so the image is going to have that line. If that bothers you, it's something to consider. If it doesn't bother you, then good for you, because not everything has to be so gosh darn troublesome. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and turn my shamrock that way. And then I'm going to add another one over here, full strength. All right, now I'm going to clean it quick with my chamois. Oh, and these chamois, oh my gosh, I have to get some more in stock, because people kind of are like, well, ooh, I need a chamois. And it's very nice to be able to take that. So I'm going to go ahead and grab Pear Pizzazz. And Pear Pizzazz is a good combination with Shaded Spruce. You could use whatever you wanted. I'm trying to not just use this big guy. I want to use this one now. And the problem with when you do lives and you didn't plan it ahead very well, you kind of are just winging it. So I'm kind of winging it. And I'm going to hopefully show you a part of the creative process that I go through when I'm doing things and go, oh, yuck, that's not good. But I do like this color combo. And yes, I'm using full strength because I wanted to, 1, make sure I like this color combo. And 2, and you'll notice how I'm turning my stamp and inking it each time, but trying to turn it so that it's different directions for all the corners, because we're going to cut it down this section. Now, did you notice how I rocked it over here and got that little line? That's because I'm not pushing and I'm trying to go fast. So you really want to push equally, straight up and straight down. So you push down and up, down and up. It's kind of like a push-up if I was exercising, which I really need to do. All right, I think I'm going to go with that for now. I'm going to stamp that off. And then I'm going to take these little fun shamrocks in Shaded Spruce again. And I'm going to kind of just fill in the gaps. And I'm doing full strength because I want to. And nobody can tell me what to do. Just kidding. See, now that is stamped off because that was not inked well. And you can see the difference. It is very subtle. Now, this is weird. Okay, I'm just going to go like that. I'll have to watch the replay in my free time. Although Jeff said he's not going to work now if it's really bad. So then I'm thinking, oh gosh, I kind of like it when I'm home alone. All right. Okay. I kind of like it just like that. It is busy enough for me. Let me show you now. So basically, you're going to take this 8 by 10.5 piece of paper and cut it in half. So for those of us who could do math, that's 4 inches. So I'm going to go to 4 inches. Here's 4. Here's my cutting line right here. Here's the cutting line. Let's bring this down so you can see the actual 4. So I'm just going to go ahead, make sure it's all the way to the top and hold it, and then use an actual cutting blade, not the scoring blade. Then I'm going to turn this and cut it to 5 1/4 because that's half of 10 1/2. All right, I'm going to do the same thing on this. Okay, so then I'm going to magic of TV, not really. I have somewhere in my pile, I have shaded spruce cardstock, already cut and scored, so it's ready to go. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this, already scored. And so then I'm going to go ahead and grab a bone folder so I can get a crisp fold. Now, sometimes people ask me about folding. If it's scored, do you put the crease inside, outside? I don't personally feel like it matters, and there's like 50-50 chance of the other people thinking I'm right or wrong. So I'm going to, because that punch is not available, I'm going to make this just a one-layer card. And if you know me, that is not how I roll, but we're going to do it that way. So that's going to be basically our card. And then it's going to be simple, but we're going to kick it up a tish. We're not going to do any layers. So I'm going to use the Happy St. Patrick's Day greeting. And then I'm going to put this all together and grab some bling. And this is our polished metallic, brushed metallic adhesive back dots. I believe these are in our annual catalog. Oh gosh, come on, stand them up. Let's get this working. And so there, now if I had little shamrock shapes, wouldn't that be super cute? But I don't. So I'm going to go ahead and add this brushed copper and I'm going to do this brass. And just add a few little things, which just kicks it up a notch, a tish, not too much. And then I'm going to go ahead and do it in threes because I like to do things in odd numbers. And then I have another piece of white cardstock that's going to go on the inside because that's way too dark to write. But before I glue that down, I'm going to add a couple little quick things. I'm going to add a good friend is like a 4-leaf clover, lucky to have, hard to find and lucky to have. So my Irish friends will be getting cards like this, whether they want to or not. Too bad. All right, so there's that. And then I thought, well, we got to add a little bit of other stuff in there. So we've got a little shamrock. We've got our little shamrocks. I'm trying to keep my ink pads away from each other because I know I will just be just like that. I mean, really, it adds so much to stamp a couple of the same images on your inside as it is on your outside. It just really adds, I think, just a little something, something. And I didn't bring enough blocks over here. Note to self. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and add this shamrock in. Now, it is the last week of celebration. Well, not technically. I suppose next week is the last week. It ends on Tuesday, February 28th. So next Tuesday will be the last day of celebration. Right now, the delightful Dainty Flowers DSP is not available. They've added some other things, so be sure to check that out. And take advantage. If you've ever thought about joining, right now is a great time because for $99, you get $175 worth of product, or for $129, you get a mini embossing machine plus $175 worth of product. That's amazing. I would take a $175 shopping spree for $99 or $129 with an extra machine. I don't say so myself. Okay, so let's switch gears because St. Patrick's Day will be here and then it will leave, and we won't need that for a while. But this is kind of the same concept. You can see the corners, and I wanted to show you the cards. Now I trimmed them down even a bit more because I wanted to do a double layer. But see how great and flat, and it's a one-layer card, and all you need is a few colors of ink. And just go crisscross applesauce, and you get all kinds of quick and easy cards to make. I think that might be it. I know it's quick. It's a quick one, but isn't that just how it should go? Hello, Willow's Creations. I am going to flip my camera back I try to keep them 15 minutes to a half an hour because otherwise they're too long. And I am like, get to the point. Let's get going. So again, for my Shamrock card, I use Shaded Spruce and Pear Pizzazz and the Lucky Clover stamp set. Thank you so much for joining. Next week, I'll be back here. I'm not sure what time because you just never know. Sometimes my work's, but sometimes life gets scheduled out of control. So who knows? I'll be live some point tomorrow, next Tuesday. And the topic, well, you're just going to have to tune in. Thanks for watching.